puffed himself up with pride. The time came for Daddy's Princess Jantina to go forth to the tents of learning and to sit at the feet of the Christian scholars in Wyoming and later in Jarvis. Since these were the days of wandering about for the Benjaminites, it was in these halls of learning that Jantina ate of her favored green apples, did marvel at the mountains of wisdom that were made known to her. And as mountains are made to be conquered, so was the knowledge that Jantina stored up in her mind. She learned all manner of things, how to read and to write the scrolls, how to draw pictures, how to play all manner of games, and how to smile at the teachers that their wrath would not fall upon her. She continued her thirst for knowledge. Jantina did sojourn a great distance on the yellow caravan to Hamilton District Christian High School. She continued to find joy in this institution and became highly skilled at writing great scrolls of reports, as well as mastering a new tongue, the French language, so that she could gather with the grape growers and the great pasta chefs of the day. This was in the hope that she would not burn as much foodstuffs as was her customs at the Benjamin household. It was in high school that Jantina learned to smile and to make young men desirous of her attention. And she learned that the world was much bigger than Wyoming or Jarvis. Jantina soon fixed her eyes on a certain lad there and did speak private counsel with her mother. She said, "Mother, there is a fondness in my heart for this young man, and I know not what to do." Whereupon her mother said in her wisdom, said to her, "My child, you are yet young. Your mind knoweth not what your heart tells you. Therefore cast your net on the other side of the boat, so that more fish shall escape." And Jantina hearkened unto the voice of her mother, and let these thoughts pass from her. It was at this time that she also learned how to drive the family chariot, while her father and mother were visiting the tribes in Africa. She was eager to drive on her own, but knoweth not such a thing about insurance. Upon her father's return, this wisdom was imparted unto her. And the Benjaminites' eyes were then opened to the promised land of Bradford, where Rabbi Ken saw that there was more multitudes to listen to the sound teachings of the word. And so it was that they took their ox and their ass, all that they had, and were led to purchase their first brick habitation on Tutla Heights Road. Rabbi Kenneth agreed to discontinue his wanderings from synagogue to synagogue to shepherd the sheep at Hope Christian Reformed Church, to enlighten the eyes of all who come within the temple walls there. However, it still remains that in the heat of summer, the Benjaminites are found to dwell within tents at parks to remind them of their days of wandering to and fro. Now, when the HDCH days were over for Jantina, she did say to her father, "Father, I am still desirous of more knowledge. I desire to dwell at Redeemer University College and to learn from the esteemed scholars there. Therefore, grant me many, 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 many of your shekels, and your blessings as well." And her father did say, "My child, you may go, but remember this, shekels are not like figs that we picked off trees, so spend them wisely." And it was so. Hear now the story of James. It came to pass that Jacob Ellens from the house and lineage of Kaipa Ellens and Mike Ippel came from a far-off country called Wiedinga, Holland, to dwell in the fruit orchards of Niagara Falls, along with his sister Nellie, and yet to be born brother Ronnie, now grown up and called Ron.